What is it like to be a theater kid? Hello, everyone. It's me, Miss Jenny. And today I have something very special to present to you. It's something completely different for me. We are going to go on a little journey and see just a snapshot of what it's like for me when I'm not behind the camera and when I'm on stage. So recently I was cast in a community production of Jekyll and Hyde, the musical. So I've been a theater kid for a very long time. I've always liked theater. I've always had a love for musical theater in particular. My grandmother would actually take me and my brother to the theater every single Christmas. Like that was part of our Christmas gift. We would go and stay with her, and she would take us to see a show. Sometimes these shows were at like a big theater, like the Media Theater in Media, Pennsylvania, or they would be community theater productions in the area, such as Swarthmore and things of that nature. And since then, I was very little. I loved the experience. I loved watching shows. I loved going to shows, seeing actors like on stage. There's nothing like live theater where people are experiencing it with you live in the theater. Like people are sitting there absorbing the same things as you, and it's different. It's just different. I can't really explain what magic I feel. Watching musical theater is not for everybody, and I completely understand that. But for those of us who are touched by the bug, it changes your life in ways that you would have no idea. So I have been actively in theater myself, like actually acting in theater, probably consistently since I was in about 8th grade. So I was in school productions, and I continued those school productions from 8th grade into my high school years. And I will touch on that in a moment. And after high school, I started doing like local theater. I did a lot of cabaret work where like it's just like a review show of things. And then I started doing more community theater shows. So I've been in a handful of things at local theaters around in the area. When I was in high school, I went to a very special public school. It's not special at all. The public school itself is not special at all, but the theater production was like our theater thing was special. We had a very special teacher. He had vision. We did a number of shows while I was there. For instance, we did Jesus Christ Superstar. It was the year, I'm dating myself now, so here we go, kids. It was the year 2000, and he set it in the Matrix. So it was JCS 2K, and everyone wore vinyl and pleather pants. I think our Jesus wore snakeskin silver pleather pants. Yeah, it was excellent. A couple years into my high school career, we were lucky enough to be the first high school ever to perform Les Mis. So I was there for that. That was excellent. And my senior year, we actually did Jekyll and Hyde. So 20 years ago, so 20 years ago, I was in Jekyll and Hyde, and I fell in love with the show, and I always said, if the show was ever put on anywhere else, I would want to be in it. So imagine how excited I was that my theater company, the theater company that I work with a lot, had posted that they were doing Jekyll and Hyde. I was so excited. So you best believe that I went out and auditioned, and I got in. Huzzah! So in this production, I was fortunate enough to play 2 roles. I played Nellie, who is a worker at the Red Rat, and I played Lady Beaconsfield. She is on the Board of Governors, and she is a mouth. She's a sassy lady. But these 2 characters are completely different. And I am so happy that I was given the opportunity to play both roles. It was to show the duality of man, because the show itself, if you are not aware, is all about how there are 2 sides inside of us, one good and one evil. And Jekyll's whole thing is to try and separate those 2 things and essentially erase the evil. It doesn't go well. A lot of times when people think of musicals, they think of happy things, happy endings, dances. Not so much in Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde is what we call a tragedy. There's lots of death. People get murdered a lot in this show. I, as one of my characters, got to be one of those murderees. So, yay. And I've always said that dying on stage is one of the funnest things ever. If you know, you know. So we're going to go through and see just like little bits by little bits what the process was from the first couple dress rehearsals leading up to the show. I'm going to show you what happened when we started on what we call Tech Week, where we get into the theater and start working on light cues and seeing the space and getting the things set up, getting our costumes into the theater, doing the show with our costumes on, with mics on for the first time, hearing the orchestra for the first time. I'm going to show little snippets of that. It has been one of the most fulfilling times, and I really wanted to show that. So, come on, let's go to the theater. So we are a week away from opening Jekyll and Hyde, and I am here at the Newtown Theater. We have our Q to Q today, which is our tech rehearsal, where we go through scenes and check the lighting and the transitions between those lighting cues. So it's a lot of start and stop today, and so we're here all morning here at the theater. And then we actually are taking a short break and then going to another rehearsal space to do what we call a sitzprobe. So that is the first time that we will have the orchestra playing with us as we perform. So it's going to be a very long day. I've been here since 9 a.m. and we won't be done the day until closer to 5 o'clock. So hooray! But for those of you who have never been to the Newtown Theater, this is what it looks like. It's also like over 100 years old. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. 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 You ready to get murdered?
Yeah, I get that part.
Hush. Murder.
So that had to be the first one. And then I have the
Murder. Murder. Murder.
You taking pics?
I'm taking video.
Video?
Yeah. By the...
For murder? Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Even though we go on fairly quickly. Although maybe our mics will be on.
This is how the sausage is made. So we are in between rehearsals right now. We have about an hour to kill, so we're gonna actually go try and find some food. And that would be wonderful. Because right now, we're all just standing in front of the theater, doing what we do, trying to figure out food. So we just finished eating and we are on our way to Sitz Probe. So we will be starting with the orchestra and running as much as the show as we can before our hard cutoff at 4:30. It is approximately 12:30 now, so we just have to run and get my stuff. And then we can take this. Okay, wish us luck. So we are still at rehearsal. We actually had to get rehearsal extended because these kind of rehearsals are very start and stop, and they take a long time to make sure everything is going properly. And we are partway through Act 2, and we are just chugging along. It's just a very long day for everybody, since a lot of us were called at 9, and now we're going to be going till about 5:30. So, hooray! After this, I think I need a very long nap, and then we'll, we have tomorrow off, technically. It is load-in, so that means that anybody who needs to work on the set will be there getting props in and costumes in. So the whole cast isn't necessarily called, but everybody is on deck for helping hands. Then on Monday we have dress rehearsal, so I guess we'll check in that. Yeah. So it is the first dress rehearsal, and I had just parked my car and getting ready to go into the theater. I am just a little bit early, but I want to see where all of our costumes are and set up my wigs and my props. So I'm gonna do that. Let's go to the theater. Ooh. So we just finished Act 1. I've had multiple costume changes, and we are just taking a teeny break before we hit Act 2, which starts with murder, where everybody gets murdered. Jekyll's looking at me. Do you want to be in this? Okay. This is Joe. He's playing Jekyll and Hyde. Right now he's very evil.
I'll see you in Act 2.
Oh my god. So we're gonna get ready. I think we're back up in approximately 4 minutes. So let's go. So we actually got done last night's rehearsal really late, so I didn't get home till almost midnight, so I didn't give you guys an update, but things are going really well. We added all of the set pieces and most of the props, and most people were in costume last night. Tonight is the second dress rehearsal. This one is a full dress rehearsal. So what that means is that everybody is supposed to do what makeup they're doing for the show and wear all of their costumes. So we're supposed to be show ready and all of that. So it's going to be probably a lot faster tonight because last night we were still working on tech side, cue to cues with lighting, and we also have projections. So I'm really excited to go through tonight and see how that goes, and for an update for my 2-minute quick change between I had a 2-minute quick change between two of my costumes. It's the same character, so I don't have to change my wig. So that's good, and it was very easy. I had my friend Stu help me, so we switched outfits with time to spare. Yay! Let's hope that goes smoothly every single time we attempt it. Alright, I gotta go to the theater. Let's go to the theater. So we are running.
Something's happening.
This is my
I can't explain. Something inside me, breathtaking pain, devours, consumes me, and drives me insane. Hold! Something is taking hold. No, suddenly, out of breath.
Welcome back. So we have yet another day of dress rehearsals. This is the last day of dress rehearsal before we open tomorrow. Will today go smoothly? That is the question. Who knows? So far, since we've been inside the theater, we have not successfully just run the show. This is not necessarily uncommon, but it does make a little actor like me kind of scared. But I'm usually scared anyway. It's called stage fright. So I think I have all of my lines down now as my 2 different characters with my 2 different accents. And I guess we'll see how humans think it is, because tonight at dress rehearsal we will have people in the audience, not a full audience, just a handful of people there, of like friends and family. So let's go to the theater. It's really dark outside, by the way. I think it's supposed to rain, so that's not good because we have a couple characters who have what we call back of the house entrances, where they come from, where the audience comes in from the front, and they come down the aisle to the stage. And the only way to get there from our green room is to go out the back door and around a gravel driveway all the way around the building. So if it's raining, then somebody's going to have to accompany them with an umbrella and hope for the best. There's multiple characters that have to do that, so let's hope it doesn't rain. But it's looking pretty dark. Okay, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get mic'd. I have to go to warm-ups. I have to go to mic check, and I have to go to fight call. So fight call is where everybody who has a stunt or a grapple or a slap or a death scene has to go to fight call to make sure that everything is safe as the production goes on. So because I have one of those, I have to go to fight call. Okay, let's go. Let's really go. Okay, bye. So we just finished Act 2. We are waiting for our notes, but we had a very successful dress rehearsal. So huzzah, we can open tomorrow. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. We're doing mic checks because it's opening night. I already have my mic on. I just finished my mic check. And
we are gathered here in the sight of God to join this man and this woman together in holy matrimony.
And then I'm gonna get into my first costume.
People in their
Lady
own
Beaconsfield,
sweet
and then we will be
like to add a coat of
only about an hour
thank you.
till showtime.
Blue.
Yay!
Thirst that I cannot deprive. Never have I felt so alive. There is no battle I couldn't survive. Feeling like this, feeling alive. Heavenly stigma, but blazing with love. That's the feeling of being alive. Filled with evil, but truly alive. It's the truth that cannot be denied. It's the feeling of being Edward I. Feeling to be so alive. I haven't seen me so alive. Feeling I'm truly alive. That's the feeling of being
So the show is finally over and we are here at the tent having a nice little bevy. And I have lipstick all over my face. Hooray! But the first show was excellent. We all did really good. See you. So it is before show 2. We're on the second day of actual performances and like the 5th day of running the show in a row since we started dress rehearsals. So I'm a little tired. My feet are tired and I have a bunch of bruises and I only know where one came from because last night during my death scene I fell right on Joe's boot and I don't think that his tips are made of steel. I think they're just made of like the most jagged metal to ever create. Ever, because my bruise is massive and my whole leg hurts. But apparently my death looked good, so that's I guess what matters. I don't know. The reception last night was really good. A lot of our friends came from a different show. They have been having shows for last weekend and they have one this weekend and next weekend. So they could only come last night. So a bunch of those people came and they really seemed to like it. Hooray for us! Okay, so I'm inside. I have signed in. Yay. And now I am going to get my mic pack on. I gotta first put my hair in pigtails so I can get that underneath my wigs. And then I get my mic and then I will be waiting for vocal warm-ups, then mic check, then fight, call. And then I'll be getting into my costumes. Oh, my first costume is a skirt with an overskirt and a blouse with a cape. And because I have a very quick change, I have to wear the other dress underneath all of that folded down. I also have a wig, a hat, and a parasol that goes with that costume as well. So, whew. Okay, let's go. So I had to park far away from the theater, so I'm out of breath. Oh, I need to work out. So I know every time I'm in this theater, I talk about this, but my friend Britton, who you've seen with Tall and Smug, they worked here for a while, about a decade ago or so. And when you're down in the green room and then towards the back, there are these ducks here. And as you can see, I am short. I am 5'4", so my head is almost hitting it. But apparently when he worked here, he slammed his head right here, and then somebody wrote in Sharpie. That was Britain's head mark, which is hilarious to me. But yes, I will talk about this till the day I stop coming here. Also, hi Britton. So since I have a couple minutes because we are not getting mic'd at the moment, I figured I would show you some of my costume pieces. So I have, this is the fabric that first outfit is. This is the underskirt. It is this beautiful like brown with what looks like painted, it gives like feather, you know, it gives like a feather. And then the overskirt is this big bustle. And then I have just a regular black blouse, and then the cape actually just matches this fabric here. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's over here. It's over here with my other bustle. I have three main costumes, 2 for one character and 1.5 for another. My base costume stays the same for my other character, but I add a cape and a skirt to it. And then I have 2 separate wigs for my 2 different characters, and I also go the extra mile and change my glasses. These are my Lady Beaconsfield glasses. My other glasses are these teeny tiny glasses. So much to do.
Naughty, 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 no. 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 I once happily called that madman anything.
Alright, so singing?
Dr. Jekyll ain't nothing but a ranting star. This is a hospital, he has to save lives.
We're about to do fight call. We just finished mic check. Yay! Good morning, everybody. It is a bright, sunny Saturday after last night, and it was bitter and cold. So this is a wonderful change. I know it's the daytime now because we actually have 2 shows today. So we will be doing, the first show starts at 2 o'clock, and then our second show starts at 7:30. We usually hang out in between shows at the theater, and we will eat and hang out as a cast and have a good time. Today is actually my social media takeover for the theater, so I will be posting all day long on their Instagram. So I will be posting some of that here in this video, so you guys can see what kind of thing goes on for an Instagram takeover, at least from my perspective. Everybody has a different take on an Instagram takeover. But yes, okay, I had to park far away again because matinees means a lot of people need the spaces right up front so they can't walk very far. It's usually an older crowd. Okay, I'm gonna go get mic'd. Morning, it's me, Miss Jenny, and I am taking over the Instagram with Ryan today. Yay! I'm gonna do some makeup. Do you want to journey with me? Well, you're going to anyway. Let's go. Step 1. Pop a purple. Delicious. So I play 2 roles. I play an upper class person and a lower class person. I play both Nellie, who is a worker at the Red Rat, and I also play Lady Beaconsfield, who is seated on the board of governors, and she is quite outspoken, to say it politely. So when I do my makeup for this show, I literally only use approximately 4 items, maybe 5. And I'm gonna show you what those are. One of them is mascara. And then I use liner. Okay. Sometimes when I'm feeling frisky, I use the covering thing on your face. I'm a real beauty influencer. Don't get it twisted. I know what these things do sometimes. And one of the last things I use is eyeshadow. I actually only use 2 eyeshadow colors. And then when I get to the theater, I do my lips. But the palette I'm using today is this beautiful Blockbuster eye palette. I have problems. The 2 colors that I use are actually, let's see if I can show you here. This one here, which is called Classics, and then this one over here, which is Action. So I use like a white and a brownish color for the crease. The white doesn't show up like white because I just do a little bit at a time. So that will be my eye. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be right back. Wow. So here I am. For stage, I make my blush very, very dark, just in the little pocket. I don't actually wear this kind of makeup on my everyday life. It's about that time where I gotta skedoot. Oh. But before I go, you guys have noticed I have what some people call an archaic technology called DVDs behind me. Do you guys have a favorite movie? Let me know in the comments below. So I have made it to the theater and I've got my mic on. So now I have to wait for mic check and do vocal warm-ups and I have a fight call because I have fight choreography with another member of the cast. So fight call is called where we run every single instance of a fight or a slap or a hit or a death. And that way we do that before the show, so we make sure everything is running safe. So we just finished our Saturday. We had 2 shows today. So I've been here at the theater since noon, and it is a little bit before 11. I don't know how many layers of lipstick I put on my lips. So now that I've taken it off, it is it's giving. It feels like a thing. No super mishaps this time in either show, so that was good. And I'm going to really miss, doing this. So tomorrow's our last show, and it's gonna be a good time. All right. I don't think I'm going out tonight because it has been almost 12 hours. So I'm gonna go home and hopefully sleep. Hopefully. Who knows? So I will update you guys tomorrow. My takeover went really well, by the way. I hope you enjoyed that. I still have to sign off on the takeover. Let me do that now before I forget. Okay. Hi everybody, it is the last day of show. It is going to be a matinee today, so a 2 o'clock show, and I am here in front of the theater. I have most of my makeup put on already. The street is very busy because it is a Sunday. I am very, very tired after yesterday's 2-show day. There were lots of tears already about the closing of the show. I have my purple to get me going, and I also have my water. And I'm gonna miss these 2 characters. I've been having a really good time playing both Lady Beaconsfield and Nellie. And I'm also gonna miss these glasses. Like, these are my glasses and I wear them often, but I'm gonna go back to my red ones after the show closes and like give my face something new to do. I don't know if I told you guys about the theater at all. So this is the Newtown Theater. It was made dating back to, I believe, the 1800s. I don't know. Hold on, let me look. Yes, there is a plaque here. Okay. So the Newtown Theater has like sets of history dating back to 1831, and it showed its first movie in 1906. So that means that this movie theater has been continually doing for over 100 years, which is amazing. All right, I gotta go get mic'd up. I will talk to you guys later. So we just finished, and it was an excellent run. There was a lot of happy tears and sad tears and whatnot. So I'm really going to miss this production. I'm going to miss everybody in the cast, and I am going to miss being these 2 characters. It's a very strange thing to inhabit a character for so long. You walk like them, you talk like them, you make friends in that body, and then it's bittersweet to kind of let them go because you know you're never gonna beat them again. So I'm not sure if I'll ever have a reason to kind of talk like this anymore, but I guess I kind of figured it's fine because I'm not very good at it. So, alright, I'm just walking some stuff to my car, and then I'm going back to the theater to help with strike, which is when you break down the set hand in all your costumes and everything. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. So it has been 1 week-ish since we closed. We closed on Sunday, and it is now Friday. So having almost a couple days off from the show has been awful and heartbreaking, and we are all gathering tonight for a cast party. Yay! Not every show gets a cast party, but when we do get a cast party, it is always fun. So I'm excited to go to the cast party and then see all my friends who I haven't seen in days. And I know it hasn't even been a full week, but when you see people every single day for like 6+ hours a day for like 2 weeks straight, it's like, it sucks to just have that break, you know? I don't like it. So I'm excited to see everybody. We'll see if I get any footage of the cast party. But if I don't, then here's a montage of something else. Hey! Hey!
Poppin' chickadee.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
It's popping off.
Oh, no, that's fan. Oh my gosh. All right.
It's beautiful.
All right, so this is how we're gonna do it. We got the iPad here. We're gonna YouTube anything we want, all right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna kick this off, then I'm gonna shut up for the rest of the night.
Okay, great. Go for it, Jeff.
Yeah, I got it. I'm as clueless as what. All right, thanks, Blue. Plug it in that wrist. Walking with my feet 10 feet off a wheel.
Get stupid. You want to walk through a step like a new kid. Finish what ends with a new solution. Transmit things with no delusion. So that's how we move it. Everybody. Let's get into it. Let's get stupid. Let's get started. Come on, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. He's like, let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here.
Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, essentially, into this little sliver of my life that I usually don't talk about. I am so blessed to have been given the opportunity to even be in a production at all, ever. Every time I get casts, I'm so thankful. But for this one in particular, I'm going to get weepy. Bear with me. For this one in particular, from the director to the production to the choreographer and to everybody in the cast, it was just one of the best experiences. This production is very hard because of the tragic nature of the story. It's very sad. So having everybody there be completely friendly and completely open and accepting of each other. This was one of the first productions. There was no drama in the cast. Like, nobody hated each other. There was no bad words said to each other. There was no, like, any of that. This was such a magical experience. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. I was lucky enough to work with a lot of people that I had worked with before in the past. One of them I have known since high school. Others I met throughout the years of community theater. And a lot of them I got to meet for the first time here with Jekyll and Hyde. And I think that, we're going to have some good theater kid shenanigans soon. I know I stated before in some of my walking vlog parts that I'm going to really miss these two characters, but I really am. There's something about playing two people at the same time, going back and forth between costumes, wigs, glasses for me, lipstick changes, quick changes, and the whole thing, accent changes. It really kind of like simmers in your body for so long that it's weird to kind of not do those things anymore. So some things that might stick with me for longer times, like when I see excellent looking men down the street, I might by accidentally say something like, "Oh, what a lovely pair of gentlemen, I must say." Because that's my Nelly showing. Technically, Nelly was more me. Anyway. So really, it's just me speaking with a weird voice when I'm just saying things that I would probably say anyway. Well, if you guys are still here, let me know in the commentos below those if you enjoyed this episode. Would you like to see more of the theater side of Miss Jenny? Let me know, because I can show you that if you like. Also, let me know if you guys have seen Jekyll and Hyde. Not necessarily if you've seen my production of Jekyll and Hyde, but if you've seen any production of Jekyll and Hyde. And I will even count the free on YouTube David Hasselhoff version, which is the most successful version of Jekyll and Hyde. And I just to let people who don't know is that version, though it had a lot of the same music in it and the storyline is the same, all of the Lady Beaconsfield lines are different. Nellie isn't even in this version. It's like Guinevere or something. So like, imagine that. This show had a bunch of rewrites apparently. So by the time it got, 20 years later, 20 something years later, I should say, it was just all different. And for those of you who have been wondering this entire time, we did not do good and evil. We did bring on the men. And we did not do bitch, bitch, bitch. Or girls of the night. Though we did do those two songs when I did it 20 years ago in high school. Before I go, I figured I would give you one more fun fact. That high school I went to, the one that was not special, the public school. That's the high school that show, Rise, on ABC. That was my school. You're welcome. You can also read about it in the book Drama High. It's a good time. It's a good time. Okay, I've been Miss Jenny. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this amazing, amazing ride. And for my castmates, this was brought to you by Rehearsal Tracks.